What's the biggest obstacle on the path to enlightenment? The biggest obstacle is you. You're the obstacle. You're the only thing that's preventing enlightenment to happen. Now, really, enlightenment is already here now. It just is. That the true you is already enlightened. It's just who you think you are that's getting in the way. The ego, the separate self, that's the obstacle. So what's the biggest obstacle? That's the biggest obstacle. And I know what you're thinking. You go, well, great. How do I do something about that? So let me give you another obstacle. There's many different obstacles that are on the path. And another big obstacle, you can say, is pride. Pride. Pride's something that we hold on to. As long as we're holding on to pride, then we can't be humble. Humility is what's under pride. Let go of the pride, and there's just humility that's left. So too much pride becomes a big obstacle. A lot of seekers, they'll pride themselves in what they know, pride themselves in experiences that they've already had, pride themselves in how many teachers they've followed or listened to, how many books books they've read, bunch of different stuff, right? It's developing that spiritual ego, right? Accumulating things. But enlightenment is all about letting go of things. It's nothing. You're not acquiring anything. You're letting go of everything that you've acquired to then reveal what's already here. Right? If you don't realize what's already here, there's just too much in the way. There's too much in the way, right? So, pride, lack of humility. See this a lot. A lot of seekers are not willing to learn, to take advice, to take guidance, to take direction from the one who has mastered themselves. The master, the one who has mastered themselves and has realized their true nature and has clarity. If you can't take advice, guidance, direction, it means because you're too full of pride. You're holding on to what you know. You're holding on to all the book stuff that you've read. It takes humility to then be able to practice what the teacher master is telling you to practice. It takes humility to then follow the guidance of the guide. It takes humility to be open to learning from the teacher. As long as you're full of pride, then you're unable to receive anything from the teacher, the master, the guru. I'm using these words interchangeably. You're unable to receive any guidance from the one who wants to guide you. Right? So pride is a fairly big obstacle, right? It's something that just needs to be kind of like chipped away, let go of, right? It's kind of the more pride that you have, the more you're going to just feel that you're going to get hit by life. Basically, it's going to break down that pride, right? It's going to take it's like the tough love, the learning the hard way to break down that pride. Or here's the easy way, the more graceful way, you just swallow your pride. You just swallow your pride, and then you become more humble. You become more humble. You become more humble, and you're open to learning. You're open to grace. You're open to the transmission from the master. You're open to everything. You're open to everything. That's, I mean, like I said, like that's how I learned a lot of things, is by just being open to learning from everything. I'd learn from rocks, trees, the rest of nature, people, parents, employees, colleagues, kids, babies. Right? Are you humble enough to learn from a baby? Are you humble enough to learn from a rock? Or do you kind of, what do I have? As if I'm going to learn anything from a rock. What can a baby teach me? Everything. A baby can teach you everything. The question is, are you humble enough? Do you have enough humility? Which is the same as saying is, have you let go of your pride so that you are able to learn from a baby? That you're able to learn from a rock? Because that's the thing. When you have that attitude, when you've let go of the pride and you have this open attitude, you're open-minded, open heart, right? Then your life is your teacher. Life is your guide. Life is your guru. You're being taught. You're being guided. You're being transformed by life all the time. But as long as you're holding on to the pride, then you're always in this kind of closed place, this defended place, this guarded place. You're holding on to everything that you know. You're not wanting to let it go, right? That's why I said we hold on to pride, right? We hold on to pride. So we build it up, we hold on to it, right? You gotta start taking away the pieces, right? And let go of it altogether, or you let go of it really slow. Choice is yours, right? But yeah, if I were to pick one obstacle, obviously the biggest obstacle, you. Second biggest obstacle, pride. Hopefully that helps. I'll see you.